Hello everyone, welcome back to Blissful Garden. Today, I'm excited to share with you a simple but effective method to help your orchids grow strong and bloom brilliantly all year round. If you love orchids and want more natural care tips, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to support the channel. Let's get started. This is an orchid from my garden. I haven't pulled the weeds around it for a while, so they've started growing here. If your orchid has the same problem, those weeds might be stealing nutrients from your plant. The orchid leaves are very strong and vibrant green. If you try my method, you'll see the difference too. Prepare coffee powder. Coffee powder is great because it contains nutrients that can help improve the soil quality and support healthy orchid growth. Use 1 tablespoon of coffee powder. Pour 500 milliliters of hot water. Stir the solution. Soak it for 60 minutes. Now let's get some flour ready. Flour can actually be useful in gardening too. Use 3 tablespoons of flour. Pour 500 milliliters of warm water. Stir the solution. Soak the mixture until the water cools down completely. After letting the coffee sit for an hour, we'll stir it thoroughly to make sure all the flavors and nutrients are well mixed and ready to benefit the plant. Next, we'll strain the coffee liquid through a fine mesh or sieve to separate out the coffee grounds. This way, we get a smooth, clean liquid fertilizer without any solid bits that might clog or harm the plant during watering. I have created subtitles in multiple languages. Please select your preferred language. Comment below and let me know which country you are watching from. It's amazing that we can connect from all around the world. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to support me and never miss any orchid care tips. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is use this coffee solution to gently wipe the orchid leaves. Now, why do we do this in the early morning? Well, that's because in the morning, the leaves still have some dew and moisture on them, which actually helps the plant absorb all those good vitamins and minerals from the coffee mixture better. It's kind of like when we drink something healthy on an empty stomach. It just gets absorbed more easily, right? So coffee isn't just for us. It's actually packed with some pretty amazing stuff for plants too. It has antioxidants, which help protect the leaves from damage. And it's got minerals like potassium, magnesium, and calcium. These are super important for the plant because they help the leaves stay green, strong, and healthy. When the leaves are green and full of life, that means the plant is doing well overall. When we wipe the top side of the leaves, it's not just about making them look nice and shiny. It's also really helpful because it removes little pests like red spider mites and aphids that love to hide on the leaf surface. Those pests can seriously hurt the plant if we let them stay, so wiping helps keep them away. And don't forget about the underside of the leaves. This part is even more important because that's where a lot of pests like to hide out and lay eggs. Plus, the undersides have the stomata, tiny pores that the plant uses to breathe and exchange gases. When we clean this area, it helps the stomata stay clear, so the plant can breathe easier and do photosynthesis better. Plus, the vitamins and minerals from the coffee solution get absorbed right there, feeding the plant at a cellular level, making the leaves thicker, healthier, and more resistant to stress or diseases. Honestly, doing this regularly, I'd say about 2 to 3 times a month, can really boost your orchid's health. It helps the plant fight off pests naturally and also keeps the leaves in great condition, which is super important because healthy leaves mean a healthy root system underneath. And when both leaves and roots are strong, the orchid will be happier and bloom more beautifully. So yeah, wiping the leaves like this might seem like a small step, but it makes a huge difference in the long run. It's a simple way to feed your orchid nutrients directly while keeping it clean and pest-free. Give it a try, and you'll notice your orchid's leaves looking fresher, greener, and just more vibrant. Plus, your plant will be better prepared to grow new roots and produce flowers that last longer and look stunning. Okay, so now let's talk about the second way you can feed your orchid, using a spray bottle. This one's perfect if you're someone who's pretty busy or maybe just wants a quick and easy way to care for your plants without too much fuss. So here's the deal. You take your liquid fertilizer, which is packed with all those good vitamins and minerals your orchid needs, and put it into a spray bottle. Then, you gently mist the leaves and roots of your orchid with it. One important thing to remember, don't spray this fertilizer solution directly onto the flowers. While the leaves and roots can really benefit from the nutrients and moisture, spraying the blooms can actually harm them. The liquid might cause the petals to become damaged, discolored, or even develop spots. Why misting? Well, when you spray the nutrients directly onto the leaves and roots, the plant can absorb them super quickly. It's kind of like giving your orchid a refreshing drink plus a vitamin boost all at once. This helps the leaves turn greener, stronger, and overall just healthier. And the roots? They get the hydration and nutrients they need to grow long, thick, and robust. Plus, spraying like this has another bonus. It can help keep pests at bay. Things like spider mites, aphids, and mealybugs don't like when the leaves are damp and coated with these nutrients. It makes their environment less comfortable. So regular spraying can actually reduce pest problems without harsh chemicals. Now, how often should you do this? I'd say spraying about 2 to 3 times a month is just right. Too much moisture can cause problems like fungal growth, so it's about finding that balance. When you do it regularly, You're basically giving your orchid ongoing nourishment and pest protection. Also, spraying in the early morning is best. That way, the plant has all day to absorb everything and the leaves can dry before nighttime, which helps prevent any fungal issues. Plus, the morning light helps the orchid photosynthesize better, turning those nutrients into energy for growth and blooming. After soaking the flower for 60 minutes, let's take it out and stir it well to ensure everything is evenly mixed. Strain the solution through a sieve to remove any lumps and get a smooth, nutrient-rich liquid. Combine with coffee solution. Stir the solution. Now for method 3, we're going to use this liquid as a watering solution. This is probably one of the easiest and most effective ways to help your orchid absorb nutrients deeply, especially if you're consistent with it. So, what we're using here is a blend of coffee and flower extract. Watering the plant with this in the early morning really helps the orchid photosynthesize more efficiently, especially when the light is soft and the plant is just waking up. It's like giving it a fresh cup of energy to start the day. So let's talk about what this mixture actually does. The coffee provides small amounts of magnesium, potassium, and nitrogen, which are essential for leaf development and root function. Magnesium, for example, plays a key role in chlorophyll production, which is what gives your orchid those rich green leaves. The flour, on the other hand, adds a more subtle benefit. While it's not traditionally thought of as fertilizer, wheat flour contains trace amounts of phosphorus and zinc, which can stimulate root development and bud formation. These minerals gently nourish the root system and help create the right conditions for flower spikes to develop. I recommend you do this about 2 to 3 times a month. Don't overdo it, because too much flour can eventually lead to buildup or mold. And don't water the flowers directly with this solution. Just focus on the roots and leaves. Alright, now that we've finished soaking and cleaning our orchid, let's move on to a really important but often overlooked step: drying the plant. UHM. Yes, I know it sounds simple, but trust me, it makes a huge difference, especially if you want to prevent root rot or any fungal infections. So, what I'm doing here is using a soft, clean cloth, nothing too rough. Just something gentle enough so we don't damage the leaves or any newly emerging roots. You'll want to gently pat dry the entire plant. Start with the roots. Make sure you carefully press around them to soak up any water that may be sitting in crevices. Water that sits in those tight spaces, especially near cut roots, can lead to rot really quickly. So be thorough but gentle. Once you're done, just let the orchid sit in a shaded, airy spot for about 10 to 15 minutes to air dry any spots that still feel damp. Don't rush this. A completely dry base gives your orchid the best shot at settling into its new medium without risk of infection or stress. Alright, after soaking for about 20 minutes, it's time to take the plant out of the solution. By now, it should have absorbed enough of the nutrients, so we don't want to leave it in any longer. Let's gently remove it. Just be careful not to damage the roots or leaves while lifting it out. Look at these leaves now, so green and vibrant. You can really see the difference. They're no longer dull or limp. Instead, they look firm, healthy, and full of life. When the leaves turn this deep, rich green, it's a clear sign that the plant is absorbing nutrients well and actively photosynthesizing. Now let's take a look at the roots. They're looking amazing. You can see they've become plump, firm, and a healthy silvery green color. That silvery sheen is actually a sign of good hydration and active growth. When roots look like this, it means they're effectively taking in water and nutrients. Some of the new roots are even stretching out in different directions, searching for more space and moisture. That's exactly what we want to see. It shows the plant feels safe and strong enough to grow. And take a look at the leaves on this one, just beautiful. They're a vibrant, healthy green, full of life and strength. You can actually feel how firm and thick they are, which is a great sign that the plant is absorbing nutrients really well. And just look at the flowers. Those rich purple-blue blooms are absolutely stunning. They've opened up so fully, with vibrant, saturated color that really pops against the green leaves. That's all for today's lesson. If you found these tips helpful, please share them with your fellow orchid lovers, friends, and family. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching and see you next time.